Hi guys, John with you again, and we're doing an unboxing, and it's also my entry video for the Steve Mottram and Nuno da Costa's Gulf War group build. And this is my entry. It's the Soviet-Russian main battle tank T-72A, and it's, knowing me lads, yes, it's a Zvezda kit. I love me old Zvezda kits. It's not that I'm a cheapskate, I like Zvezda kits. You know, what's the point in paying not dollar for something that, you know, you can get excellent result out of the cheaper kits, and I've proved that in the past. And we'll keep going until I'm proved wrong. It's 1/35th scale. It's kit number 3552. See, I can read 3552. And it's from Zvezda, like I said. It's made in Russia, hence all the Russian writing on it and things like that. The box art is actually a quite nice picture of a T-72 on the desert, and on the side it gives you a couple of paint callouts for Zvezda paints, which I've never actually seen over here or online actually, I must admit. And it also gives Humbrol. There's 278 parts. The whole thing is 29 centimeters long when made. Side box art is really nothing, and on the other side then it gives you just a couple of other kits that that's Zvezda do. So I'll take this off now, because as you see, my circular light is starting to give a bit of a shine, and inside that we've got our normal Zvezda boxing, which I do like. I really like Zvezda boxing. So you get a fine sturdy, strong box, and you get a kind of a flip top. Now, in the box we get our instruction sheet, which is in Russian. I think there's a bit of French there. Yes, we've got some French there. We've got some English, Spanish, and God knows what else. But our quick assembly, there isn't that much to it. They even give us a figure. Yippee, lovely stuff. And there we go. That's our instructions. You know me, I don't dwell too long in these unboxings, because it's all down to the build really. The unboxings just gives a quick look at the condition of the pieces. I won't go into, oh, this piece is such and such and that piece is such and such, because, you know, you don't care and I don't care either, to be quite honest with you. It's not that I don't care what they're called, to be quite honest with you. I look at the mouldings and see how crisp they are, and, you know, will it show up a wash, or are they just so faint that even the paint will cover them even when you airbrush. But there's our lower tub anyway, and it looks quite nice. The suspension pieces are all molded onto it, so you don't have to go worrying about your wheels being up or down or anything like that, unless you want to say have it posable. Then obviously this won't do for that, but you can slice them off and glue them on, re-glue them if you're that way inclined. We've got that, we've got a bag with bits, and we've got our another separate sprue with our main turret components. Seems to be okay, you know. I'm not that chuffed with the packaging. I'd say it's an older kit, so it's been rattled around inside in the box, as you can see. We got a sheet with our decals. I don't know whether we'll be able to see that from it or not. Yeah, you get a kind of, if I give it a bit of a tilt, you'll see it's got some Arabic writing there, and that's Iraqi army symbol. So I'm doing this as an Iraqi army T-72, but I can also do it as Russian, because the Russian numbers and the Russian army decal transfer sticker. So we have our main bag of bits. So we'll put the box to the side, and we'll get ourselves a knife, and we'll give that a slicing, and we'll rip the bag open, and we'll get in there and we'll have a look at what we've got. Now, what have we got? Easy. Making sure that there's no little pieces that have to come loose in the bag. We'll throw the bag away so John doesn't go suffocating himself by playing with the bag, because I have a habit of things like that, lads. I mean, I'm a bit child at heart, aren't we all? So our first sprue is the B sprue. We're not going alphabetical, as we can see, and we've got our side skirts nicely moulded, and you know, you can cut into them and make them not there if you want to. We've got our unditching log, a few other bits and pieces. The moulding is actually quite nice and quite crisp. There's a couple of stress marks, but they're only mark and they'll be covered over with paint anyway, so we're not too worried about that. Flash, minimal, very, very minimal. But the one thing I have found, lads, if you're ever doing a Zvezda kit, be careful with scraping off seam lines and flash. Zvezda plastic is very, very soft. It's a lot softer than, say, the Tamiya plastics and things like that. But, you know, forewarned, as they say, is forearmed. So, you know, once you know in advance that you can't sort of scrape too fast in it or too hard in it, like everything else, you know, you're flying it. So there's our first sprue. Second sprue is our link and length track. That's the inside of the moulding. So as you see, they're quite nicely moulded. Quite nice detail on the outside there. I don't see any ejector pin marks. No nasty little marks there. No, or anything like that. Which is quite nice, and quite happy, quite chuffed with that. I don't have to go filling in any ejector pins, holes and things like that, which I've seen on expensive kits have come with the ejector pin marks on the tracks and things, on the link and length tracks. You got you'll have the length here, and on the inside you'll have say a mark there. There's nothing at all to fit in these. No ejector pin marks. So John is chuffed with them. So there's our link and length wax. They're quite nice. Right, we got two identical sprues here. Yep, they're both identical sprues. We'll just look at one of them. We've got our fuel drums and our wheels. Yes, they're wheels. They're most definitely wheels. Quite nicely moulded, as in the insides of them. You seam line down along the centre. Bit of scraping, a little bit of sanding. Like I said, be careful when you're sanding on the Zvezda. It's very easy to go too deep. So, like I said, forewarned is forearmed. So, you know, nice detail, and look quite nice. I mean, there's a couple of ejector pin marks in there, but they're quite obviously on the inside, so you're not going to see them at all. So, nothing really to worry about there, and they look quite nice. So that's that, and our last sprue then has the, what should we call that piece? What do we call that? We call it the deck, the whole deck, because it's got the engine deck and the front and everything else. All these little bits and pieces moulded onto it. If that was as we know, if that was a dragging kit, that would take about 40-50 pieces just to make up that section there. But being a Zvezda kit, there you go, it's all done for you. You get your jollies from the painting, and I get most of my jollies from the painting anyway as well. Those people that love the intricate building, this is not the kit for you, lads. This is not the kit for you. But if you enjoy your painting side of it and what the finished result is, then this is just as, to me, this is just as good as a dragon kit. You know, the dragon to me are for people that are into the intricate, you know, the tiny little pieces with their magnifying glasses and things like that. Magnifying glasses, I need these bloody things just to see the thickened instructions, and mind the bloody tiny parts. But anyway, like I said, we even got a figure, commander figure with that. We have a two-piece barrel. For some reason, I've never had a problem with a two-piece barrel. I've never had any problems getting them together and getting rid of the join line. It just, the way I do it, I'm quite happy with it. I use the white Tamiya white cement. Do both pieces. Leave it for a couple of seconds, then put them together. Give it a squeeze. It kind of squeezes out the end with a little bit of extra plastic. Leave that dry for an hour or two, and then just barely scrape it with the side of your knife. A little bit of a fine sanding with, not a rough sander, very, very fine sander. And get rid of it, it's lovely, you know. Be careful obviously around any detail, you know, that's there, you know. Be careful around that, and you fly through it, it's lovely. Right, let's have a look at the face on our commander chappy and things. He seems quite nice. He looks a handsome chap like myself. And there we go. He's 4 pieces to him. He's quite okay. You know, he'll do, says you. And I don't know if I'll be able to use him or not, but because he looks very Russian, and I'm having mine Iraqi, so although they would have worn some similar kind of gear, because it's down to the commander's hat, really, isn't it? You know, and the Soviets and they all had the same kind of, it kind of comes with those caps. We've got our Russian 50. I think they're 12.7. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not well up in it. I should be well up in it being an ex-soldier, but I'm not, because I was never technically minded when it came to things, you know, like that. I didn't work in the stores, so I didn't have all the proper names for them. I knew what I used. We used the Steyr AUG. Before that, we used the FNFAL, and you know, other bits and pieces that we use. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That looks very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Like I said, you know, Zvezda kit, you get what you pay for. They're quite basic with their having, you know, most of their little bits and pieces molded on, which is good to a certain degree, you know. They're great for beginners, they're great for intermediate people, and even for the advanced person who's not that into the construction side of it. You do get your little small pieces to put on, you know. So it's a bit of experience there for those, for the beginner who wants to try putting on small pieces. So you get a bit of everything in them. So that's going to be my entry into Steve Mottram and Nuno Costa's group build of the Gulf War 91 and the 2000s Gulf War 1 and Gulf War 2, Operation Desert Storm and Desert Shield and all those ones from 91 that had a couple of names. Started off as Desert Shield and then went into Desert Storm. So the second one I think was called OIF, wasn't it? Operation Iraqi Freedom, where they actually went into Iraq, whereas the first one was just to get them out of Kuwait. So that's my entry video. That's the unboxing for this lovely kit, and go out and get yourself something, lads, and get into this off and into this group build. If you're thinking, you know, if you like your Gulf War stuff, I've decided to pick the enemy. Lots of people have done stuff with the you know, the Bradleys and the Abrams and all that kind of stuff, and I said, well, there's enough Abrams out there, I'll do something different. So I'm gone on the Iraqi side for that one. So that's my entry. Like I said, we'll leave it at that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Any comments, stick them in the little comments box below, I'll answer them. And don't forget, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it. This is John signing off.